Hi guys, yet another video of one of my tutorials. We are making Baby Yoda today. Yay! For that we need a paper plate, X-Acto knife, and a Sharpie pen with a pencil to create the stencil first. Yes, we are spray painting first, so let's make the stencil. Alright guys, welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to make another mixed media art piece of Baby Yoda. Two stages to this process. First is stencil making and then painting over the stencil. Now for paint I'm using Liquitex spray paint, water-based, as a spray paint medium, and regular acrylic paint. Over here I won't go too fancy. Any standard acrylic paint would do the job. Alright, coming back to stencil making. Now I'm gonna show how to get Baby Yoda's face. As a stencil we're gonna use that. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with an egg shape to begin with. Let's make this more here, below. Forget about the old one. Erase that so you won't get confused. So yeah, sort of below the inner circle of the plate on the back side, I'm making an egg shape with pencil. And then Yoda has these big ears, so from the egg we're going to pull out these long ears as a curve and then sort of give it an indent inside. Like indent means you sort of go inside a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to curve out and sort of go all the way underneath the head. Not underneath, sort of meet at the bottom. All right. Then I'm going to determine the eyes. I would give myself a gap first to start with my eyes, and then I'm going to make more oval, not oval, but a curve shape. Right. I think that looks good. Repeat or try to match it on the other side. All right, I'll stop here. I mean, in terms of the eyes, I wouldn't add the nose or the mouth. We will do that with acrylic paint with the finer brush. But what I would do more at the bottom is shape up the face more, give him a little cheek, like create a little curve here, one more at the bottom, and then another curve in the middle for his mouth. Alright, so this is almost the shape of my stencil.
Wow!
After this, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the Sharpie pen and shape it up further. So I'll take the Sharpie and then I'm gonna simply outline the ears to start with. Okay, and then I'll determine the shape of his head. He has a little weird like a little hump on this curvy head. I hope you try to see what I mean here. Sort of a little hump. And then I'll bring the ears down, follow the curve of my cheek, same way on the opposite side, come out with for the cheek, and then I'll get this center curve for the mouth. And then inside I'm gonna go, I usually color it inside black so I can see the shape even better. Okay, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. My Sharpie is a little dull, but I didn't want to use my nice Sharpie on just making a stencil. Now one more detail I'm gonna include, which will be part of when we cut out the stencil, is the inside detail for the ear. I'll just start with the curve on the ear, similar thing on the opposite side. Okay, and then I'll bring this further towards the cheek. Alright, and then I'm going to create another stroke. Give it more volume. I think we are pretty much ready to cut this out. Alright guys, I got my scissor, I got a little magazine. This is not a magazine, more like a catalog of a web store. We're gonna use this for cutting our stencil, and let's begin now. Alright, so first of all, I'm gonna cut off this extra paper. Alright, and then I started to notice that one of my ear is slightly smaller than the other ear, so what I'm gonna do, I'll just add a little bit more volume to my right ear, just to give it more asymmetrical look. Now guys, time to use our X-Acto knife. Be very careful with this sharp object. I highly recommend, if you are a young individual, have an adult supervise you while you're using this knife. So then I'll take the extra paper out, whatever I missed. Alright, now we're gonna cut this little ear detail here. So what I'm gonna do, I'll go outside of the shape, like right on the edge. I'm gonna move my blade, put enough pressure that I'm feeling that it's going through the paper. I could feel like the fibers being cut, because when I was new to X-Acto knife, I wasn't putting enough pressure on it and it wasn't cutting anything. Alright, so this is our stencil that we will be working with while we are spray painting for our baby Yoda. Alright guys, now I'm using a 9x11 canvas. It's repainted over. I had another painting over this that I didn't like much, so I thought I would paint white on this and show you guys how to paint Yoda over it. Okay, so we place our canvas and now we will determine what colors do we need for our spray paint. So for his skin, I'll be using green and yellow. This is a cadmium yellow and this is chromium oxide green. Liquitex water-based indoor use paint, and we will also use black and white later, that I will explain you after. Okay, so first thing we would do, we would spray paint green, but before green I'm gonna see where I want to position my baby Yoda. Alright, I will position him more like on this area. Okay, and I'm gonna have his body up to this point right here. I'm gonna finish his body. So considering that two aspects, I'm gonna just take pencil and mark a few things: his ears, length of his or height of his face, and then how much space I want to leave for his body. Okay, so when I mark this, I would know that this area would be green for his face and this area would be for brown. So what I'm gonna do, make sure I clean up my nozzle. I just want to take some paint out. Okay, so I'll use a little bit of green to begin with. I'll spray paint, test it out, and then light-handed. I wouldn't go too heavy-handed on this little area. I'm gonna get some green, and then I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes, and meanwhile it's sitting there, I'm going to get brown. Alright, so I got some brown. What I'm gonna do, I'll just spray a little bit of brown underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna get a blow dryer and dry it for like 2 minutes. So after drying it for a few minutes, I'm gonna take some yellow, shake it a little bit, make sure you just clear out the nozzle if you have painted before. Test it out and light-handed. I'm gonna lay a little bit of yellow. Okay, blow dry time again. All right. It looks pretty dry. I'm gonna take my stencil and place it right on top of the green. You know, the best idea is to always have your pinky over it when you spray painting. So in order to do that, I would wear my gloves so I won't get too much paint on my hands. It's already has paint all around, but I don't want to make too much of a mess. All right, so I'm gonna Just press it a little bit. All right, and then take black. And then with black, and then I'll use some other colors to make the background a little bit more interesting. Take some white and spray paint it on our hand, and then we're gonna sprinkle it around, flick it around. Drying it under the blow dryer for a couple of minutes. I'm going to now take out the stencil. Just be careful, it could be slightly wet. Alright, not bad. Not bad. Okay, so oops, take that a minute. Alright. So now we're gonna do other details. I'm gonna do his clothing, and then we're gonna add something really interesting underneath his feet, like as a ground. And then yeah, we will add some facial features as well. Okay, so we get on to the further stages of this painting. I will grab my round brush. You can look at it. The number is sort of gone, and the number varies company to company. So it's a fine round brush. And then I'll take a little bit of white, add it in my red, and a little bit of the sepia color on it. Okay. And then I'll take that and apply that underneath the ears. A little bit of that pink again, and gonna add to his cheeks. Okay, now I'm gonna rinse off my brush and simply take some sepia and white. And now I'm going to take some sepia and black mixed together, and I'll add a little bit of red to it. Now I'm going to do the darks of his costume. Alright, so I'm going to determine some landscape. So for that I'll make a little bit of gray. I'm not going to rinse off my brush. Just add lots of white to it and some black. And I'm making a shade of gray like this. Okay, so after those details, I'm gonna give Yoda some hands. So for that, I'm using green. Put it aside, and I need some white. A bit. And then I'm gonna simply add a little bit of green. Right, moving along. We need to put some more details, so I'll rinse off my brush, small brush, round brush, and take a little bit of white. And now I'm going to work on the highlights and white details. So I'll first add the twinkle on his eyes. Oh, I'll take that out. I don't like that one. Oh. Sort of unintentional. Looks like he just had milk. All right. With that said, this is our baby Yoda hanging in the galaxy. Hope you like this process of painting and you learned something today. And please like our channel and subscribe. I would have more videos coming up. Stay healthy and happy with your family, and stay out of all the troubles. Mañana, see you again next time.